yeah, basically I want to take this opening to do a quick, yeah, kind of look back of what happened in Gnosis Chain the last 2 years, and that's kind of when it started, and of course give a brief outlook and connect it to well, things and events that will happen today. Okay, wait a second. Right. So yeah, it's been pretty much exactly 2 years when yeah, kind of XDAI merged or turned into Gnosis Chain. So there was this vote, and or I mean, there was a whole process of teams coming together and vote and whatever. But in the result, yeah, we started Gnosis Chain, and the first thing we did was well, unboxing the beacon chain or building up the beacon chain, and building up this this yeah, now a very big validator set. That's actually my own dev node that I run at home. But it's so super nice to always see people from all over the world sharing and posting their setups here. Yeah, this nice setup next to this record player. And basically everywhere I am at a conference, I always hear from people, yeah, I'm also a validator on Gnosis Chain. And yeah, I think that's amazing. So here kind of just the overall statistics, we've gone up to 160,000. And yeah, I still think that is super important that Gnosis Chain is a chain with, yeah, essentially the lowest requirements for someone to actually become a block producer. And I think that's a big factor. Only block producers decide kind of what goes into the chain, and the reality is the absolute most in absolutely most chains, the number of block producers who actually kind of can decide what gets into a chain is extremely small. And on Ethereum, we are certainly also kind of facing this issue of extreme centralization in block production. So the reality on Ethereum is that yeah, kind of over 90% of all blocks are just produced by four or five entities, well, the most successful builders. And out of those 4 or 5 entities, there's only, for example, one that's not censoring yeah, transactions that are, for example, on the OFAC list. So essentially, we are just one entity away on Ethereum from having, yeah, over 95% censorship of the blocks. So we therefore think it's continuously important to work on solutions to address that. And again, that is to some extent this large validator set, really people from all over the world running validators. But of course, kind of the pressures of potentially establishing builders that could happen, that could or probably will happen to Gnosis Chain at some point as well. So we are working on, yeah, technical solutions to that, and it has been presented a few times. But the big one is this shutterized beacon chain, where we essentially make it possible to encrypt transactions and have them included while they are still encrypted, while no one knows what the transaction does. And that, yeah, it's really, in our view, kind of the only real solution for, yeah, censorship resistance, aka credible neutrality. And yeah, and of course, that solution, well, we are developing it for Gnosis Chain, but it can be applied to Ethereum as well. Cool, but now let's look at, okay, we put a lot of, or continuously putting a lot of effort into having a, well, credible neutral chain, but what is it worth if no one is using it? But luckily, kind of, yeah, the work is paying off, and we see, yeah, significant growth on many metrics on Gnosis Chain. I just want to show you a few. So kind of while the overall market is very far away from its yeah, previous all-time high DeFi activities, we actually, yeah, kind of reached a new all-time high of TVL. I don't think it's actually the most important metric, but still nice to see it happening. Well, that's just also another metric of how many assets are bridged to Gnosis via our Omni bridge. And on that note, bridge security or improving generally the bridge ecosystem will be a big theme also of this event here. So there's a whole afternoon with, I think, out of the top 15 bridge projects, maybe 12 are actually here participating in our Hashi roundtable, where we want to discuss bridge standards and specifically kind of how we can finally get secure bridges, because I mean it's just been such a pain, the huge amounts of losses through bridge hacks, and Hashi really tries to create additive security and therefore kind of build bridges that can really be a foundation for, well, then also things like account abstraction that eventually needs to build into bridges to work cross-chain and so on. But let's look at a few other metrics. So also nice, I mean, there's stuff bridged to Ethereum, but the big one is also bridged to Gnosis, but there's also kind of assets natively issued on the chain. We also think that's quite important because those assets, for example, don't face any bridge risk at all. So that's here the supply growth of Euro-E, this Euro stablecoin that's integrates super nice into the fiat system, and we can see here the growth of just the total supply on Gnosis chain on the left side, the number of transactions, with the green one being Gnosis chain, and then Polygon and Ethereum are the other chains where Euro-E is deployed. Another project, well, I'm quite involved with, and that we will also kind of work on with the Gnosis is Circles UBI, and also there we see a nice uptick in transactions. I was just a few weeks ago in Bali, and kind of, well, there is one larger community in Bali that is using Circles, and I was visiting there and was actually buying stuff with Circles there. So kind of those things show also, or kind of we also see that in the chart of overall block or gas consumption of the chain. So we see essentially since a few weeks, Gnosis chain consumes 250 billion gas per day, which is pretty much the limit of the chain. And just for reference, that's kind of double of what Ethereum does, because we have this faster slot time. So essentially we have double the number of slots, and that has also led to the situation that we are slowly forming a fee market. So essentially over the last 2 years, well, the fees earned by validators have been kind of zero. Of course, they get the GNO rewards, but for the chain to be long-term sustainable, of course, it needs to come from transaction fees. And we are slowly seeing here, I mean, right now we are probably at it's still slow, but I mean, it's maybe $1,000 a day in transaction fees. But for an individual validator, well, it's already probably in the range that it kind of pays for the electricity. So I mean, again, we're not quite there yet. That transaction fees makes the chain sustainable, but it's a start. Many of those positive events or positive adoption, kind of this for example, TVL graph going up, that was a consequence all of Gnosis Pay, or kind of the anticipation of Gnosis Pay. So announcing Gnosis Pay as self-custodial, safe-based debit card that had led to a great interest in the chain, and kind of that was the reason for Aave to deploy and for Maker to deploy, and kind of we are getting very close. That is we are currently essentially testing the shipping and packaging, and we are very close to be able to ship those cards. Can't promise a date, but we're still optimistic that we can ship them this year. And then that should, well, hopefully, or kind of we will continue to go after those real world use cases, or specifically also the payment use case. We think payments and stablecoin payments are kind of a simple use case, but a very powerful one. I mean, just being able to transact more or less immediately across the globe at very low cost in hopefully many currencies. So we certainly think it's important to not only have the US dollar or kind of the big stable coins, but have those, I mean, at least euro, but then of course also for as many countries as possible, the local currency or the local stable coin, so that there is a as good as possible way to convert this local currency, local stable coin into local currency, to not be required or not to be dependent on centralized exchanges, frankly. So kind of the goal is you can have your self-custodial safe or wallet, and from there you can go directly to local currency if needed. Cool, so that was my opening and a quick recap, and now I'm looking forward to the upcoming day today.